This week is fun just because we're moving on from the turkey, and basically the whole week students will work on price of apples and the price of carrots. That is divided into a day 4 and a day 5 in the context of learning booklet, but basically they end up doing just one full cycle: develop the context, investigate, make a poster, gallery walk, congress, and we wrap up with a constructive response that we've written. I am not going to take you too long to walk you through the PowerPoint because you literally just launch the context, let them work, have them make posters, do a mini lesson, do the gallery walk. There you go, Math Congress, and then the constructive response. So these PowerPoints are just helping you the directions. There's no real content here. I would really like to ask you to do two things to think about the content. The first is to log in to the website and go to where it says supporting the investigation. Hear Kathy talking about supporting the investigation, do her little check, and then listen to her analyze that. I think that this is really interesting. She talks about conferring on day 1, but I think it's applicable anytime, and just hearing her talk about it is really nice. Honestly, there's a part in this that made me tear up. It's just powerful to hear, and I think I'd love to hear your thoughts. So that is 10 minutes, which means this video is going to be super short. One other thing you can think about checking out if these number strings aren't making sense to you is the exploring mini lessons. Specifically here, you can think about exactly what strategies could be developed with the strings. And all the strings are here. This guy, Martin, talks through this one, which you will have done the week you watch this video. But then here, day 4 and 5's number strings are really similar. And you can read about them in the context for learning. But again, thinking about how these different strategies could be used within the number string is really, really where we're getting, right? So you're not just doing this number string with kids, we're kind of anticipating it. So I'm going to end this video. I'm going to let you kind of think about that with one other thing, right? So we've talked about the landscape of learning. Here the landscape of learning is in your packet. Our kids are going to be right around here, right? Some using repeated addition. Some starting to understand repeated additions can be regrouped, right? And then from there, doubling and halving even one day, right? And that leads us to the distributive property. When you are choosing who to share, this has some really good information for the Math Congress. It talks about preparing the Math Congress. Sorry, I'm going to go down to day 4 and 5. That's where we are. It really outlines for you who to choose. Sorry, here's day 5, right? You might start with a student who's doubling, right? Then do a student who figured out 9 pounds and subtracted 1. Then do a student who noticed the pattern on the carrots chart. So they're kind of showing you how you can do, highlight a few efficient strategies. They don't need to be consistent. They're just kind of pushing kids towards, we're not necessarily just using repeated addition. And it even has here, here, a little portion of the Math Congress. So I think it's useful to kind of read the end of day 5 and see how the Math Congress is situated. But both days 4 and 5 have a lot of good ideas. So that's my plug there, but I'm going to see your answers coming soon on this part. This is where you should go next.